Hi, and welcome to Brainbox Webisode 2. Joining me again today is Sharon Bean. Welcome, Sharon.
Thanks, Tish.
Tell us, since the last episode, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been watching people build B.o.B, which has been terrific. And just to provide context to those that haven't seen one of these before, B.o.B is an application that we're making. B.o.B stands for Business of Baby. And it's really there and will be designed to help parents navigate the very tricky environment of health, education and administration for their babies, really, from the time they're born to school age. So we've been doing a lot of work in the, requirements gathering, and also in terms of the design itself and the UX and the UI of this particular product. So it's really coming along. Yeah, really coming along.
Great. That's great to hear. I'm sure many of those watching are keen to understand, what was the first step that you took to creating a digital product?
Well, it was interesting because the Brainbox process actually forced me to think about a lot of the requirements, what are the things that we are making, and when we talk about the development of products and websites and things in here at Isobar,
sure.
We go through quite an extensive period where we're trying to discover what these things are and how they work. I'd done a lot of that heavy lifting earlier, so really the first thing that I wanted to do was actually find a team that could support me to actually start validating the idea and also working out how to go about making it. So I was very lucky, already sitting in the Isobar business, that I knew people that would be able to do it. And so went about gathering the best and brightest, basically.
That's great. Sounds like you have a superstar team.
Yes, I do.
And have you figured out how you want to spend your $100,000 funding?
Yes. Look, I knew pretty early on that the lion's share would go to building the MVP, and that is ringing true. Yeah. Probably 80% of it will go to that. 10% we're going to use on a consultant that I knew have as a contact that can really help us navigate that public-private realm. She really understands government, and particularly local and state government in particular, and then maybe a bit on travel potentially.
Yeah, great. And has there been any eye-opening moments for you so far?
What's eye-opening, I think, is the skill of the team that is working on it, and things that you think are simple will be simple to execute and feel like are no-brainers. In reality, take a lot of thought, and there are infinite ways to solve for some of these, some of these very simple functions. And these guys have been so good at trying to drill down on the specifics of it and to make it really elegant and look as beautiful as we can sort of make it for the money, the MVP amount. And that's been really, really edifying, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, before we go, what's the next step in the horizon for you?
The next step is hopefully, I think pretty close to maybe the next time one of these webisodes is done. We're very close to an MVP. They're humming along, the guys. They're doing a really, really good job. And the closer we get to that point, the closer that I am to trying to organise those meetings and the strategy to go out to the market, I guess, because ultimately we're trying to get a pilot program up. Probably at the end of the 6 months would be great.
Yeah, great.
So we're really sort of be strategising on doing that, and we've already got some thoughts around how we might go about doing that and the best way forward. So that's probably the next step. And I think also probably, I don't know, when people hearing this might have a view, but thinking about the brand, actually.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thinking about the name and the brand, and we've had this working title of B.o.B, but we need to kind of decide whether that's a thing or not, and do a little bit more work in that area. So I'm a strategist, so I can probably do it. I've got to find the time to do it, or there might be some money left in the coffers to get someone else in the team to do it. But that's essentially what I've got to try and figure out, I think, as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Sounds like a really exciting month ahead for you, and we can't wait to check in again to see how it all goes.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us today.
No, my pleasure.
And thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you again next time for Brainbox Episode 3. See ya.